how to Ucey like a Fiend Yeet. Generational talents. Of Wyndham. All this and more in the room where it happens. But first, PCF for JP. Tell him what to do.
You already know. Heels, pops, chair shots. HBC Too Sweet on IG and Twitter. Dímelo, mi gente. Como dice PCF.
Benicho, mi flaco. Dímelo, mi gente, porque hay algo en ti.
Hey. And we're back.
We back.
Like Bray Wyetations.
Yo, he's back. That part.
You
He's
heard,
back.
yo?
I heard. That's what I heard.
There's a lot of things that are back this week.
Excuse me?
Hey.
But is he paying his taxes?
That's the question.
Question is he's paying his taxes. But a lot to think, a lot to talk, a lot to tickety talk and talk about.
Tonight.
The most scintillating thing that happened this week.
Was this night.
And that's why we are not sponsored by Blue Chew.
Hey, yet.
Porque se le cayó.
What is good
Yes.
with my stuff?
Subscription comes tomorrow.
Renan
Bray
in the building.
Wyatt.
Yo, appreciate the subby, Renan. Appreciate the subby. Yeah, Bray Wyatt has been
Renan
fucking lighting up the headways on the internet.
Yo,
Right?
just
So let's talk about it.
all right, go ahead.
Extreme moves.
Was
That
that
hit him where the weekend started, right?
Did that happen
I mean,
already?
technically, and if you watched, our pre-show, our hype show for Extreme Rules, you already knew what to expect, and you already knew what was gonna happen, and a lot of the predictions we had on that show, of course, became reality, folks, because that's what we do. We don't miss. We shoot or shoot.
You shoot your shoot.
The only thing I will say is that I
Shoot your
thought
what
Bray would come out to screw over Seth. But he
know-
came out after that match.
I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad
me
he
too.
came out completely new, and I feel like really it was the death of a lot of the old shit, and now is an opening to some of the new stuff. And
Right.
I'm glad it wasn't like, oh, I'm here to face Seth again. Come back
Right.
neutral. Like,
Right.
if Bray is to be at his best, it is not chasing a title or a specific person right now. It's to kind of build his lore. Yeah, because JJ's in the building. Ronaldo, what up?
Raid! Mike the ref with the raid! Appreciate the raid. Appreciate the love. Welcome in,
You can anywhere in the world, but
everybody.
you're here
Party
with
of
us.
8. Appreciate y'all.
And we talking about Bray.
That's right,
How
baby.
could we not start the show talking about Bray, man?
Who is that, Bray?
Bray, man.
Listen,
Fiend.
we've
Bray
been
man.
seeing a little damn white rabbit on our screens for weeks at this
No.
point.
Conejito Malo, Bad Bunny. I know he
Right.
sings
But-
bad
Y'all
songs.
talk about Playboy?
Bags
But
Bunny.
we've had an
Hey.
aching in
That's
our
not
hearts.
what you talking about?
That was
Everybody wanted to see Bray.
That
Everybody
wasn't
was
that extra
excited to see
BK that
Bray.
I
I
had?
don't know if you saw on social media, folks, little kids excited about the character, man. Bray Wyatt did some work.
I heard
And it's
Little
great to see
Kim.
him back on the screens.
I heard Little Kim.
shout out to
Little
Little
was
Kim.
out there like,
I heard
BET
Little,
Award. I saw it. She was like,
I heard
hey,
Little
hey,
Kim was
hey,
excited.
hey,
Breaking.
hey.
you know who wasn't excited? Kanye.
Renee in the building.
Nor did
Renee.
No, it's Mike the ref that's in the building, but
Renee.
Renee is now in the AEW building.
Renee.
Yo,
Piquet.
it was a good
It
night
was
for
great.
Dynamite
She
to
was
be in
like-
Canada.
If she was Dominican, you know what her name would be? Renee Paca.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm
It
done.
was a good night for Dynamite, absolutely. But Extreme Rules, yo. Extreme Rules was dope.
Come on,
Yes, yes, that was
it
dope.
delivered the one match that didn't, maybe. Do I have to say it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you, do,
you
'cause
brought
I
it
don't
up,
know,
so you
I
better
thought
say
was- I thought it was solid, bro.
Ronda and Liv?
Oh.
I wasn't completely sold on the come up to the
Right,
to the
right,
match.
right.
So I don't know. Like, so the match was exactly what it was gonna be. I thought it did good for what I thought going in. I guess.
For sure,
If
for
that
sure.
makes sense.
It didn't destroy the night.
Nah, hell nah.
Nah. Well,
but-
I called the winner. I mean, if you go check our Discord, I called the winner. So
You
shout out
already
to our
know. You
Discord.
already know. You already know.
But-
Yeah, I mean Rousey, right? It's Rousey, it's Brock, right? If Rousey is Brock, then this is what Brock does.
Just take
So,
shit.
so Brock. Finally we get what we've all wanted.
Yeah.
We wanted a very long time.
What did you want for a very long time?
Brock
JP?
Lesnar Bobby
Whoa,
Lashley.
Okay, all right.
But isn't this the third
That's-
time that they're locked up?
You look like you want to look like Sable and you got some beef.
This is the first time when they
Slapping
both have been over to this magnitude.
Hey,
They're both faces, though, right?
talk about it.
It doesn't matter. They're two big behemoths.
Or are we gonna see the
Slapping
return
beefs.
of the Hurt
In their
business?
hands, they
The
had
return
the
of the Hurt
eyes of
business.
sea.
Because MVP did tweet
Their
that out.
hands.
That wouldn't have happened if you were with the Hurt Business.
Hey, listen,
Well,
the
I
Hurt
see a
business
return.
came and
News.
gone, but now this is
Recent news, I heard that they're about to put R-Truth and Shelton Benjamin as a tag team.
oh really?
So the Hurt Business is a thing. Is R-Truth joining it? I mean, R-Truth would be the comedic piece to
Nah, you gotta
to a
make
la
him
Sami
serious.
Zayn.
You gotta make him serious.
He would
love
be
to
Sami
see-
Zayn's version of the Bloodline, right? That
But
would
I
be
can't.
R-Truth.
Then I can't take them serious if he's in it.
All right, then
He's gonna be
all right,
comedic.
fine.
You don't take the
Hold
Bloodline
on.
serious?
No.
No, yeah, but I mean,
What
Sami Zayn. Our truth is like he brings a ladder to the Royal Rumble match. Silly.
Yeah, word.
Like,
Yeah. Like if
okay.
Sami Zayn is the ridiculous bloodline, like he's got to be the ridiculous Hurt Business.
That's what I'm saying.
But like it's got to be ridiculous.
No.
You know what I mean? Like it's got to be.
But that's R-Truth.
but I won't
It's
take
the
it.
R's for ridiculous, bro.
But I won't. I can't take Hurt Business serious no more. Like, don't give them titles.
But
now.
Her Business is never comedic at all.
I feel you though.
And
That's
the
why,
Bloodline-
because now you're gonna put our truth as
I
a
would
comedic
like
thing.
if they do it that way, then for R-Truth to have no idea he's being funny.
Right.
Oh, okay.
A la Mark
Like
Wahlberg.
where he's like angry, like cutting a promo, but like everybody else is
He's
kind
laughing.
of
Like
Little Jimmy.
yo,
Like Little Jimmy.
alright.
That angle. Well, he
I
thought Little
remember
Jimmy was real. That
Who
worked.
remembers Little Jimmy?
That worked. I
Is
think
it-
Little Jimmy should come back and be part of the Hurt Business.
I
too.
think Little Jimmy has been here all along.
Like when they introduce a new member, yeah, it's me and Little Jimmy or Big Jimmy. He's grown.
I think Little Jimmy's never left. He's been everywhere
That
every
motherfucker
single
name
week.
is just Jim now.
He doesn't age either.
Big Jim, yeah.
He's in great condition, by the way. So he's just fitting.
Either way, I'm here for it. Her business worked, man. Her business was dope.
Yeah.
And if they were to come back to help him out, versus Brock, that's money right there. I like that because that
He
means
could use the
almost
help.
be part of it too.
He's the help.
Almost.
Well, a little bit more on Bray Wyatt. He was ducking and dodging some offers on his way over to the WWE, man. It would have been kind of interesting to see him land in AEW and see how things would have panned off if for Bray, given the situations, how things turned out with the Elite and the Bucks.
You think Bray's character?
How do you
fits
think it
in
would have
AEW?
just? That's what I'm saying. Like, how would you think?
I think what we're on the premises of right now when it comes to Bray Wyatt, if he would have went to AEW, that would have been washed. It would have been lost in the shuffle. I mean, I don't think there's stability in AEW right now when it comes to the roster and the type of feuds and who's on top.
Yeah.
It's very up and down. So, which is why I'm personally having some trouble when it comes to Jon Moxley as champ versus anybody that tries to go up against him, right? But Bray right now, coming back to the E, not going anywhere, right? Because we haven't. It's not like he's been performing.
He's not desperate.
Only place he's been performing is on Wyndham Drive, master bedroom.
Hey,
Okay?
Wow.
That's the
yo.
only place he's
You
been
took a little
performing.
too
always
long
comes
to get to
back.
that bedroom
You know what I'm
part.
saying?
Is that where the original Wyndham 6
It always
started?
comes back.
Hey,
Ask
six
JoJo
inch.
about that, right?
Bro.
Hey.
But
I'm about 6.
Bray Wyatt
with
with Triple H at gorilla position, man. That's
Yo,
exciting.
what
to me.
position?
I don't know, man.
Is that
It's
the
25
one
years to DX, baby.
Yo,
Shout out to DX. 25
man.
years. You
Shout
got
outs
two
to
words for you.
DX.
Gorilla position.
yo, and they're kind of running wrestling right now, right? DX.
100%.
Hey, listen.
It's kind of crazy.
They're on top of the world all over again.
But
one
now
might say.
with Triple H at the helm of WWE, yo, we
It's
really
funny
are
what you did there.
seeing a lot that we like.
Right. And that's not the thing. The thing is, we're seeing it, but also the talent is seeing it. People are trying to run to WWE, man.
It's getting acknowledged very well.
I heard
And perception
rumors,
is everything, right?
230
Possibly
episodes.
coming back.
230 episodes. We've been talking about how inept the WWE creative plan has been.
Right.
Yo, since day one. And we're finally coming to a point where, yo, I mean, not everything's gonna go the way you thought, but it's kind of nice that you didn't know it was going there.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's you kind of know. You knew Bray Wyatt was coming back, but he came back, and it's Bray Wyatt. Look at what's going on with Dexter Loomis right now.
Right.
What is going on with Dexter Loomis
cares?
right
It's
now?
hilarious.
That's
Like,
the number
that's a
one
little
question
bit
the
of-
Miz would like to know. Happy belated birthday.
Shout out to Maurice.
Shout out to
hey,
Yo,
happy
was
birthday,
there
Maurice. I mean, it wasn't her birthday.
Was there slip in that situation?
Hey,
Was there a
what?
slip in your bedroom?
Little bit
one
of-
night?
Hey, yo,
What?
come on, yo, no,
But,
I
um,
gotta watch that
nice
again.
thing.
But yo, what did y'all think of his mask?
Brace?
Yeah, it was different.
I will reserve judgment until I see what the full picture
Okay.
is.
Essentially,
looks-
it's the mask that was in the promo that you barely understood what was.
Yeah,
It looked
yeah.
like some Salvador Dali, like
V for Vendetta, right?
yeah,
Yes.
V for
Vendetta.
Vendetta, Money Heist.
Yes, that's where I
Money Heist.
wanted
I
to
think
go
it
with
looks a little
that.
bit more like Money Heist.
Right,
you ever
right,
see
Yeah,
Money Heist?
Money Heist. Yes.
That's the Salvador Dali mask.
Oh,
So
Salvador
it's some-
Dali.
like it looks kind of like that, but it's metal, right? It looks like it's got like a metal kind of silver stone looking.
Okay.
So I'm curious. All right, where do we go? Like, what is this about?
And clearly, the lantern's still at play.
Lance is still at play.
I think we could touch on that in a few.
All right,
All
all right.
I think we'll get there, chat.
Okay. All right.
I think we will get there in due time. But meanwhile,
Question is, will we get there to what we all want to see?
time is of an essence towards that. It's what we're getting to
that
where
song.
we want to see, right? Everything we all want to see, and that is
Who's the real
WrestleMania,
head of the
guys.
table?
Ooh, that part, because I heard those words was all over the Twitter sphere this week when The Rock says
What
it
did
in
he
the
just
interview.
call Twitter?
Twitter sphere, right? That's not what we call it.
Twitter sphere.
Think through, you said.
Parts unknown.
Listen, what you like to do on your own time?
Hey, listen. It's
Oh,
shared
man.
on OnlyFans.
The Rock, he admitted, first of all, she was baiting him into saying some shit.
100%.
And second of all, he knew it. So he was going to play it. And he said it himself. He's the ultimate promoter. So, of course, he's going to posture himself in the most logical storyline with the most logical person because this is the head of the table is literally like the top of the company. Yo, think about the things that Roman Reigns has done and how far he's come and how for a very long time he's been postured as the poster boy, the future Cena. This is the guy that's gonna carry the company. You're gonna be our new white meat baby face. Like you're gonna be
White
our guy, except that he wasn't until he was.
Ooh.
And now we're at a point where like, yo, he is the top tier wrestling talent. Yo, everything that's going on that's hot right now in wrestling, bro, if you don't look at the bloodline, there's like 8 different interesting little nuggets going on there.
Ooh. Owen was not one of those though.
Nah. But kind of because Sami Zayn is the Owen Hart of the Nation of Domination. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yes.
My dog.
Yes.
My dog.
Yes. My dog. My dog.
Yeah, every time,
You the twos. You the biggest twos there are, my dog.
That's not Ucey.
That's not
You're not
Ucey.
Ucey enough.
It's not Ucey, fam.
Yeet.
Chat. Moving on. Yeah, it's the destination. It's the journey, not the destination. Sometimes, yeah. We're not done talking about Bray. We got more to talk about with
Yo.
Bray. Let's
Yo,
talk about
JJ.
GCW. Bound for
Bray.
Glory. Ooh, talk to me, JJ. What's up? Did you enjoy Bound for Glory? Did you enjoy Masha Slamovich take on our girl Jordan Grace? Listen, that was a hell of a match. Jordan Grace and Masha. Congrats to her for getting that match in the first place.
Yo, I mean, I think the lead up to that match. I mean, how dominating Masha has been in the Impact in the women's division, the Knockouts division. I think that alone set it up to be a great match. And you have Jordan Grace, who's in the most phenomenal shape of her life
What?
right now, right?
What?
So and both women can go. Both women can go. It was a hell of a match. I would pay to see it again.
Yeah, you can pay to see it again. Actually,
On
Fight.
OnlyFans? Oh,
You can pay there too.
okay.
I think you will enjoy it there more.
I don't think you're
I
talking
don't know.
about the same thing.
Probably not. I think GCW was a hell of a weekend as well. Shout outs to FWF this weekend. Shout outs to Wrestle Pro this weekend.
Hold on. Is The Rock gonna face Roman Reigns though? Before we just like completely.
So
Confirm or deny?
did not confirm, did not deny. Did
no,
not.
no, but what is like?
The man
He
himself,
has to, right? Like
the man himself says he's a promoter, right? There's too much money to be made on all ends. Even Vince behind bars would be screaming, "Book it,
Book
right?"
it.
I don't know. Vince is the one that didn't.
But not yet.
Nah, yeah. I think
He was waiting for the
schedule is
right
what
time.
didn't do it.
Think about it.
Scheduling.
The pandemic screwed up a lot of shit. If you remember, we've been talking about this angle for years. This is not the first time this has come up. The
Yeah.
pandemic put a lot of, because remember they pushed the Hollywood WrestleMania. They had to push it up a year.
Yeah.
That was always the plan.
And Hollywood was always the best place to do
Right?
this match.
And then what you expect is after this match, the Hollywood
Was it Matt
crossover
Life?
for Roman will be available, right? Because of this push.
Damn,
and
that would have been nice.
so it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and I think it's the perfect time to happen because if it was a year earlier, we wouldn't be talking about Roman Reigns like we are now. He is now the #1 wrestler in PWI.
I don't think you can wait another year to happen.
You don't. It's happening.
If it's not happening now, it's gonna wait another
It's
year.
happening. It's happening.
If it waits another year, it's gonna Roman Reigns' steam is gonna die
What really
down.
chaps my ass about that whole.
And that's
like,
not
yo,
gonna
remember
be
a year. Look, a
Yo,
year
hold
ago
on,
to
nah,
the
nah.
date.
The thing that really bothers me about that whole argument that's like, there's no time in the schedule. If not this year, then next year. Like, yo, how far in advance do we gotta book it? Because we gotta book it. So what we need, like 4 years?
That's crazy.
You need 5 years? Like, what are we talking about, yo? And how come we haven't talked about it? Let's be real. The Rock is always busy. But if you hit that motherfucker up and you're like, yo, you got 4 years. We're gonna do this thing. Roman Reigns Rock in 4 years. Yo, clear your damn schedule because we need it.
Bro.
the extra fuck away,
We
bro.
need it.
Do y'all realize that this decision was made on the set of fucking Furious 5 or whatever number it is at this point?
35.
On 10, they're going on 10.
You know what I'm saying?
running for president,
This
it's true.
angle was already talked about. People were talking about this as that.
If The Rock could set up an Iron Paradise everywhere he films, he can set up a wrestling ring anywhere he films.
100%. 100%.
We whatever. Like what if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and I don't think it's all about schedule. I think it's a little bit more complex than that. Obviously. But whatever it is, why not, man? Like, yo, it's gotta happen. So
All I know is that there's a possibility
Let's just
for
get
this to
there.
be a reality. And the one way, we talked about this a year to the date at this point, yo. A year to the date at this point. We said there has to be some tension within the bloodline so that The Rock comes in and regulates, say he's the head of the table. And right now, you have the most over man in the WWE in wrestling, I argue, Sami Zayn causing turmoil when it comes to Jey Uso. And not only that, causing turmoil now with Roman. At some point in time, somebody's going to step out of line, get pissed. Yo, The Rock's going to have to come in and say, yo,
Swat.
Lay
let me
down
tell
the
you how things how
smackdown.
should be run. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not far-fetched, and it definitely will happen. Hollywood. Yo, we about to be on the road to WrestleMania. All it takes is one appearance, one comment. Like we got
I at
this
least
week.
want that. I at least want it.
Because you don't think Roman's going to respond to that?
Nah, I want one appearance from The Rock at least at Mania, if not, or,
it's gotta
or
be
some
more
shit.
than an appearance, bro. It's gotta be more than that. It's gotta be.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, because if you get an appearance alone from The Rock, he could have done a match.
Look,
Right.
my
So-
man, Triple H is at the helm.
You
This
keep doing
has
that
to
with
be.
the thing and the words. that he
This
says in the
has to
name.
be a thing that's gotta happen. Like, there's no way that Triple H leaves this on the table and doesn't do everything in his power to make it happen. Like, respecting timelines and time barriers and whatever, and running for president. And I don't care what he
All
does.
right. But okay, he's The Rock though. He's The Rock. What if I can't get you The Rock? I can't get you The Rock.
Nah, it's gotta happen.
But what if I get you somebody else?
Bray?
Nah, man. Like a second, second place. Because you can't. What if you can't get the first place prize? You get a
Stone
second
Cold?
place prize.
Who's the second place? What was you talking about?
Matt Cardona.
Wow.
My man!
Nah.
My man! Yo, hold on. My man! You went. No, that elevator had no elevator.
What
in
if
the
I
shaft.
give you Wish App Rock?
Yo, Wish App Rock is now Matt Cardona.
Yo, you went
Wish
from
back to
App
back
Wish App
Cardona.
Rock is Ethan Page.
Jesus.
Ricky Starks.
Ricky Starks.
Ricky
Ricky
Starks.
Starks is a
you
good.
went from like Armani
He's a
Exchange
good-
to
Arnani,
Old
Arnani
to
exchange.
like drift shops. Like, Salvation
yup.
Army and shit.
Yup. Well,
But you talk about the man is money. He has not missed this week with that comment. He has not missed this week. We're about to debut this weekend. Black Adam about to come out. superhero movie, Rock being the centerfold, the main guy, the big barada that puts that movie together.
I think he made that up.
And also,
Brada.
Tales
The
from
blah,
the
blah, blah.
Territory.
Saying robbers.
How'd that go? Did
Tales
you
from
watch
the
it?
Territory. Yes.
How'd it go,
Talk
bro?
to me, JP.
And once again, it's because The Rock is just continuously promoting, putting things out there. But Tales of the Territories was excellent this week. It was a well-known story of Jerry the King Lawler and
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman.
Oh.
And the whole entire angle.
I
And
know
mind
that
you,
name.
we know the stories. We've heard the stories. We've seen the movie Man on the Moon. But this particular episode led us on to know things that we have not heard before. Like, for example, did you know that Andy Kaufman never cashed any checks that was given to him for any of the wrestling stuff?
What do you mean?
He never cashed. He didn't need the money.
Oh, well.
He didn't cash the checks. When he died, they found all the checks uncashed.
What?
Because that's how much he wanted to do. That's how invested he was.
Damn.
And it wasn't about the money.
So he did all that shit for free.
He did it for free. You know what I'm
Jerry
saying?
Lawler broke his neck for free.
So that whole thing. Did you know that he goes up to the guy that's in the ring or whatnot? Jimmy Hart goes up to Lawler and he's like, "Yo, Andy wants an ambulance," and Lawler thinks he's selling it. So he's like, "Tell him nah, yo, an ambulance like $300. Tell him nah, just get his ass up." And then Jimmy Hart goes back, and then he comes back. He's like, "Yo, he says he paid for it." So they waited a half an hour for the ambulance to come, and he got stretchered out the arena. This man was so devoted to the kayfabe, so devoted.
He's the wallet wrestling needed.
It was so there was such a devotion to it that you had wrestlers from other promotions calling the promotion, yo, tell Lawler, great job breaking that kid's neck, trying to make a mockery out of wrestling. People became marks, bro.
They bought into it.
They bought into it. Yo, Andy Kaufman's family told Jerry Lawler that they hated his guts up until recently because they
Dear
thought he really
Darla.
wanted to hurt their son.
Dear Jerry Lawler.
Like the David Letterman, like that entire gimmick, that kayfabe was alive.
I heard that that Lawler didn't believe that Kaufman had cancer when Kaufman told him about it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that it was the second time around that he believed him.
Shit. I mean, well, it's kind of hard to believe sometimes with all the
'cause
stuff,
Andy
all the
Kaufman
jokes he
was-
tried to play with him and shit.
Yeah, he
Wow.
was. He was a wild boy, which is why in
He was the
filming
original
Man on the
MJF?
Moon.
The original MJF?
He was way beyond MJF, though.
But Jerry Lawler does go on record saying that he thinks Andy Kaufman should
Well,
still be in the WWE Hall of Fame because even though he didn't participate in WWE, WWF in that time, he was instrumental to revolutionizing the connection, bridging that gap between Hollywood
Almost
and wrestling.
definitely. Almost definitely.
That's what The Rock said. The Rock said that he wouldn't be in Hollywood if it wasn't for Kaufman, because
Damn.
Kaufman's the one that brought Hollywood into wrestling.
That's crazy.
It's just crazy to me how he understood how it
The
worked.
assignment.
You know what I'm saying? Like to the point where he got actual wrestlers. Because the fear at that point is to make sure that nobody thought wrestling was not real, right?
And Hollywood was saying that Kaufman's committing career
Suicide.
suicide, right?
Yeah, a lot
By
of
going
chances.
into the world of wrestling.
A lot of chances were taken. Oh boy, in
Shout
the
outs to
building.
Edwin in the building, joining us from YouTube.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Cass in the building.
But like I was saying, man,
What were you saying?
Matt Cardona, bro. I'll get you Matt Cardona.
Nah.
Come on, bro. Rumor has it that
You
he's
want
headed
Matt to
back
come with him.
to the.
Matt Cardona versus The Rock.
Well,
that's gonna headline
here's the funny
WrestleMania.
part. Here's the funny part.
They're gonna argue about
The
toys.
rumors aren't that WWE is too hot on Cardona. The rumors are WWE is very interested in one Chelsea Green.
Aye, really?
Jackpot.
Ever since the Flash.
Adding his 2 cents
Yup.
in, Cardona wouldn't mind returning to WWE, of course. You know, I would say the
Shit,
same.
who wouldn't mind
But he's
a
been
nice
very
check?
busy. He's been very busy doing his own
He wouldn't
promotion, doing
mind
his own
also
thing.
with Triple H running stuff. Like,
Yeah, that he feels, you know, the grass is always greener on the other
There's
side,
only
guys.
so many times we could say that, bro.
but
Keep that in mind.
if it's true,
Yo, with Triple H running it. Yo, with Triple H.
I wanted to bring that up. Like, what?
is it a lie?
Not yet.
Who
There's
benefits
gonna
the
be
most from like coming back, like to this Triple H? I think maybe Bray Wyatt.
Bray.
I think Bray Wyatt probably benefits the
I
most.
think
here.
Benefits.
You know who benefits the most? The fans.
Yeah,
How about that?
Yeah.
I like
Because we're finally getting things that
What
we've
a
been
cop
claiming
out.
for. We finally will be getting matches we've dreamed
Spoken
of.
like a true face, JP. Talk to him.
Yeah.
You know who wins everybody? It's all about just hanging in there and making friends along the way.
Speaking of
Everyone
making
gets a participation
friends,
trophy.
Tony Khan's in the
Did you think about
business.
participating?
Tony Khan is in the
Joe.
business of making friends this week as he gives props
got
to one
friends.
Triple H for improving WWE's. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Tony Khan's clearly noticed that some things have changed in WWE
Dane in the building.
and they've
Dang.
improved, and he's gonna give his props to Mr. Triple H.
I mean, that's just my business.
I guess, right?
I mean, they're my friends.
What?
That's what Tony said.
What
They're
was
his
that
friends.
voice?
How many of us have
Yeah,
them
he said it.
friends? Not
Once
Tony
you can't
Khan.
depend on.
Not many. Listen, I fully, I think Tony Khan here is just being nice, like you say, but it's just, it strikes me as odd that he just kind
No.
of mentions in there he has to stick the knife and just like,
No.
oh, but we done improvements too.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, what's he
It's
do?
not about what they're
Supposed to
doing. It's
Team
about
Petty.
what Tony Khan is being very purposeful is, and making sure that their name AEW All Elite Wrestling is being mentioned with WWE.
yeah,
That's what he's doing. So he's gonna make a comment about everything.
always. Like,
Because
nobody
he's-
asked him
because
that.
he's in panic mode. Because he's in panic mode.
What do you do when you're in panic mode?
I
Call
mean,
John
he just
Moxley?
hired all of FS1's news team. With Renee, he has Paige and CM Punk.
And Christian Cage.
Christian
And
Cage.
Samoa Joe, my man.
Come on,
Joe, man, Joe.
What else
Joe.
you
Ward
want?
Joe.
What else you
Joe.
need?
That's the one.
That's the yeah.
But once again,
War Joe.
Joe
we're
Blow.
better for it. We are better for it because it's
nice
entertaining.
things.
It is entertaining indeed.
Are you not entertained?
Isn't that the point?
Is
I
it?
thought it was.
Is it not?
I thought it was. Why not? Listen, earlier today on Dynamite, shout outs to those who watched Dynamite. Shout outs to those who came in through the raid with Mike the Ref, watching that AEW Dynamite stream. Appreciate all of y'all. If y'all was paying attention, y'all may have noticed that one MJF mentioned he was a generational talent in his promo. Hell of a promo, by the way. I don't remember nothing else he said besides generational talent. So that
Alright.
hit a light bulb. Bringing us to our first bump of the evening, gentlemen. Generational talents in pro wrestling. MJF is one of them. I guess he the self-proclaimed one, right? But I don't think anybody here can disagree.
All right. So,
So
we're
wh-
talk- what are the parameters here? Like, what
So-
defines a generational
qualifies
talent?
it?
Because yeah, what is that we're trying to decide?
So I find it that you are a
So beautiful
a great, specially talented individual, blessed with talent. On top of the fact that you maybe had a high ceiling, but you also met that high ceiling. Oh, little beast, eh? But yeah, you break through grab the brass ring, right? You've achieved your max potential, and you came through. I feel something like that along those lines. Generational talent can change the franchise, can move. You talk about names like Kevin Durant, LeBron James. These are talents that are franchise changing superstars, right? They've taken their brands or whatever and elevated it to the next level. Guys like that. MJF's is not too far off, though. I'm not gonna lie. At least on the mic.
Well, if you're gonna start with that conversation, you start at who's at the top right now. We just spent a half hour talking about Roman Reigns. Is Roman Reigns a generational talent? Riddle me this, Batman. He was forced down our throat for years.
Yeah, Batman.
Before he caught on. Is it just like we got beat into submission? Did something click for him?
Oh no. I think you just hit it the head on the donkey.
Hey, poor donkey.
He
I don't even know what that means.
is generational because he is the first one to have had the belt for so long in so many years. We gotta go back to the names of like Pedro Morales. Start talking about where Roman Reigns lands when it comes to holding the WWE Championship, Universal Championship. This man is money right now, and he's the face of the industry. He is definitely to be considered a generational talent. I think if you are ever in the PWI number one spot, you are considered to be a generational talent.
Kenny Omega.
That's a great
That was
point.
gonna be my next question.
Great point.
Yeah, 100%.
Omega.
I mean, if you're considered the best wrestler in the country, in the world,
Not
Craig,
just the city, Craig.
The world.
like you have to be a generational talent
Heard that,
because
Baby D?
that means you went up
Baby D in the
against
back.
so
You gotta
many
say it a little
others
louder.
and came out number one. Now, my question to you is, how far down the line of the PWI will be considered generational? If you're top 5, is that
5.
generational? Is it top 3
5.
Top
Maybe
2?
3. Maybe 3.
or 1?
I'd be generous to say 5.
Because
the PWI, huh?
Cause you have some names that are still wrestling that maybe at some point in time in their career would have been considered generational talent. I mean, Randy Orton
You talking about
has to be considered
Okada?
that, right?
Kazuchika Okada. I don't like this list. CM Punk's number 3.
But CM Punk was a generational talent.
Generational talent. I can give
He
you that.
changed the
Can you
industry, did
was
he not?
be? Damn, that made sense.
Was
I
B.
can you was be a generational talent?
You can.
Can you can that have
Was not
can-
Matt? Was
At
Matt
some
Hardy?
point, we were one.
Was Matt Hardy
Nah.
and Jeff Hardy not a generational talent?
I don't think that you go backwards when it's
Fuck.
like generation. It's like an achievement unlock, motherfucker. Like
Right.
we're not going backwards.
You can't.
Once, so it's you're not was a generational talent. You
Right.
are and forever will be a Jeff Hardy. To your point, right? It's
Jeff
a
Hardy.
generational talent. I think
Mick
everybody-
Foley.
Right?
Mick Foley.
100%. I mean, The Rock himself.
I don't know about Edge.
I don't know about Edge. I don't know.
Edge is. And Christian as well because they brought
Chris,
us to
yeah, I'll
the
take
match.
that. I take that as a bundle.
As
The
a
Hardys,
bundle.
the
Yeah.
Hardys, the Dudleys.
The TLC alone makes some
And Edge and
generational talents.
Christian.
They did some shit we never seen on TV before.
I'll take them as a whole.
Nah,
Like that.
I don't think that makes sense. Like we're not putting people.
They
into
changed
a
the
Hall of
industry.
Fame
Brock Lesnar
together.
is
Brock Lesnar.
is a generational talent.
Yes.
Came in, dominated, and is still dominating till this day. Till this day.
Rey Mysterio.
Till this day. Rey Mysterio.
I mean, the man is still doing it.
Generational talent.
AJ Styles.
Yeah,
I guess so.
I would say so.
He was a face of TNA.
And not only that, but the ability to be able to go to different promotions and make it happen.
Look at what he did in NJPW.
Randy Orton.
Can there be this many generational talents?
Yeah.
How many generations do we have?
So generation is 10 years.
Nah, I mean, I think you could have this many. I mean, they've all accomplished so much, and they've all done such great things. Like, it's not like they didn't move the needle, right?
Alright. Let's put things into perspective, right? Stone
Otra
Cold.
cámara está puesta ahí.
JP wants you to switch the camera. There you go. Hey, there you go. Look at these handsome devils.
That's what you're
So we got Stone Cold. Was he a generational talent?
So JP brought up that he was there. He had to get there. He had to make it to the top.
But
He
he
was struggling
also-
a little bit
But he
in the
also
beginning.
So then you
also was the one who brought us into the Attitude Era.
He did carry the flag.
So
For
he is a
waving that
generational talent.
you cannot say Stone Cold is not and say that Roman Reigns is.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's fair.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100% agree.
I mean, if ever you were given that torch by the E, you probably trusted, right, to do so. So that alone is enough responsibility, I think, to be considered.
And that's the thing with AEW. They have a few generational talents on their roster. Because you can't sit here and tell me that Jericho isn't.
Jericho. Hell yeah.
And the problem is he's been so many generations. Like
He's done them all the generations.
we just
You know-
talked about it tonight. He's the new era Mick Foley.
He's the first person
How
I
about-
really considered a was generational.
How
He
about
has 3 characters right now. Lionheart.
Lionheart Man.
He got more
Yeah.
characters than Foley. right?
Corazón de León.
Jesus.
Corazón de melón.
Melones. Speaking of, listen, how about the 4 horsewomen of wrestling?
Ailing.
Sasha.
Sasha.
Shout outs to Bailey and
Charlotte.
Bianca for putting
Charlotte,
on a hell of
Becky.
a ladder match for the championship
Juanita, Tina,
during Extreme
Carmen,
Rules.
Leticia.
First women's ladder match.
That
for
was
the
a dope
championship.
match.
Juan.
That was a
Dope
dope match.
match, man.
If you look back at the last 5 years, they were probably top of the best women in the planet.
See, look,
Wrestling.
Ronaldo Laville's like, yo, it's a once in a 50 years guy.
Once in a 50 years guy.
So you talk about the one person in the last 50 years. How
Stone
do you
Cold.
That's
That's a lot, bro.
yo.
Hogan.
You could say that's what I'm saying. Like you could say
You need more
Hogan.
parameters, though.
You could, man, I can't stand Hogan. But you could say like John Cena. You could say Stone Cold.
I think you gotta say John Cena.
John Cena's in that conversation.
Undertaker.
I can't stand
Undertaker.
Mick Foley.
Jesus, duh. The Undertaker is the generational talent.
Goldberg.
That's
I
it.
think
Yo,
anybody that has
like I-
excelled and
you
made,
ruined
made
it.
their own niche.
Goldberg.
I go back.
I said Gilbert, damn it.
There's just certain individuals that
Gilbert.
you can't replace, that you cannot replica, right?
Right.
Which, I mean, some would argue Ric Flair, maybe he's not a generational talent because
He's not done with his generations.
that's fair. I think if you argued once in every 10 years, I think that'd be fine. But even 20, I think some of the same names would still be valid,
How's he had 40 careers?
right? Because there's been so many people now been wrestling for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, you see somebody like John Moxley, the AEW champion. How long has he been wrestling for right now?
Yo, we was just talking about that.
Right. Just
Pretty
want to bring it on to the.
Yeah. Fucking I think you said like
Don't read the
10,
cue card.
10, 15 years, some shit like that.
Right. He has more than 10 years in the business for sure.
Bred from the Shield. A fully elite
And the Shield is
faction.
where he made it, bro.
Yo.
Because we're not talking about even his independent run where he was most known for.
How about the other guy on that crew?
Seth Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Yo, how could you not
The
say
first
Seth
NXT
Rollins
champion?
generation?
No. Yeah.
And the multiple
NXT
persona Seth Rollins. I love his character changes.
I mean,
They've
he
all
won
been
when
money.
he ended up snatching
Isn't
over
he the
Becky
second
Lynch.
person to be a 2-time Grand Slam champion?
Yes.
Probably is, yeah.
Behind
yeah.
The Miz, right?
Miz. Yeah, Miz
Miz
is the
is
other
How
Worst.
about the Miz?
One of two people that
Yo,
faced
you
the
know
Sting.
what?
The Miz.
Is the Miz a generational
You
talent?
know why? Because he's the only one to be able to cross over from reality TV to
Look at
wrestling.
that, yo.
Make it work.
Successfully, yeah.
Look at that shit.
And he married Maurice.
And they trust him with all these like Logan Paul's coming in and
That's
these
facts.
guys like
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny, all these guys they trust him with them. So
Conejito.
So when do we see the title on the Miz again? That's what I want to do.
I don't think he needs it.
Don't hold your
I
breath
think
for that
and I
one.
think he knows it. He knows he don't
Yeah,
need
you
that.
get to a point where like he could do all this other stuff for a minute.
Right.
That's another headache for him on his busy schedule.
That's fair.
That heavyweight title.
Yeah, I think he's above
That's
that.
touring. That's signings. All that crap.
Right? I
So
think he's
crap.
past the title.
Right? Who wants to do that crap?
That's true. Wrestlers always talk about like the burden of having to carry their whole like luggage. They,
mean,
they
that was-
all the titles and shit.
Oh, okay.
But when we talk about generational, yo, that's a thick list, bro.
It is.
That's a thick list.
It is.
Big facts.
You
Big
go
facts.
back, go further back.
Edwin makes a great point, man. Generational talent transcends and turns even non-fans to the average fan. They definitely take their brand and the sport to the next level. Stone Cold made me tune in. Yeah, definitely. Austin made a lot of people tune in, with his character. So definitely Austin is a generational talent. What about
Shockmaster.
no, who's the one-legged guy? Zach Gowen.
Zach
What was
Gowen,
Zach
Mr.
Gowen?
IHOP.
Generational talent. That was different, right? You've never seen a one-legged man wrestler until him.
That is true. Just like
Never
you've
seen that
a
before.
chinless dude, and then came.
Ellsworth.
James Ellsworth.
I thought it was Gilbert at first. I was like, damn, Matt really
You
messed
know
him up.
they actually did a stunt. Yeah, they did a stunt recently at the Bills game, Bills versus Ravens game.
They went a what?
They did a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gilbert speared Ellsworth into a table.
Oh my God.
They had
Wow.
both of them.
Yeah, it was at a tailgate
Listen,
during the
man.
Bills, I think Ravens game recently, a couple weeks ago.
And
I think we
Gilbert
know a
wearing
thing or
the
two about
Bills jersey.
tailgating.
I think he was wearing a Ravens jersey, but yeah. But either way, shout outs to the two guys making money for no damn reason.
Yo, that's crazy.
Generational talent. Yo, listen.
Gilbert is my generation.
There's I feel like there's a lot of names because Macho Man was a generational talent. If you talk about the crossover, the appeal, I mean, obviously Hulk Hogan is in that conversation.
No, but just he was just so animated.
yeah,
Savage was so animated.
when you're able to go from on screen to mainstream, man, it's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
And not many people are able to do it successfully.
Jake Roberts.
Jake Roberts wasn't able to.
But his mic work was fucking
His
phenomenal.
mic work, but as far as generational talent, I don't think he's part of that conversation.
Damn.
That's wild.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
He had a hell of
not
a mic though.
generational
He was like
talent.
one of the first ones to be like trusted with like some kind of
see, what
some
do you-
kind of
I mean,
narrative.
unless you want to talk
to
about
create
somebody
it.
that's able to use a live animal as a prop.
Oh wow!
But
Nobody
we haven't seen that
Well,
again.
no, they
Who's
have
the dude that used
birds
the
and
bunny?
shit.
We haven't been able to do
Um,
that shit anymore.
Bunny.
Yeah, it was a
Even
white
when
rabbit.
Eric Gowen was
Wasn't
trying to
that
do it, they
Rick
get more
Martel?
fake tarantula. Don't you remember?
Yo, yo, word.
So
Oh
Jake
my
the
god.
Snake, he had a prop. I mean, if you want to talk about that, but
call
it's not
him
something that's
Rowan?
really. Huh?
You called him Eric Rowan.
Eric Rowan.
From Rahway, New Jersey.
I
From
said
Broadway.
Eric. I said Eric Gowen, but it's cool.
Eric
Gowen?
Gowen. Zach's brother. Yo. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it.
So that's hard. Like to really nail that down. Generational talent. So
Is Ronda Rousey a generational talent? Because
Two-time
Ronda
champ?
Rousey, we're talking
Three-time
about a
champ?
legitimate professional fighter coming into WWE.
Brock.
You're crossing, I mean, it's not that she's been the first to do it, but technically, well, I guess Ken Shamrock would fall more in that route because Brock went from wrestling to UFC
Ken.
and then back to UFC. I mean, back to WWE. So technically, he was a wrestler going into professional fighting. When you have a fighter come into professional wrestling, it's a little bit of a conversation. Ken the Shamrock was maybe
Ken
one
the
of the
Shamrock.
first.
he was probably one of the beginners.
Yo, what's up with this
And
guy?
then, of course,
bro?
you've had so many other people do it. Tom Lawler. You have Riddle, who just fought, in the fight pit this weekend.
Shout out
Yo,
to Little man.
shout outs to the fight
That
pit.
fight pit was legit. I ain't even mad.
I mean, I
at
tried
it.
to talk about Extreme Rules, but y'all just kept the movie.
You think Bobby and Brock will ever be in a fight pit?
Who?
Bobby
On a
and
fight
Brock.
pit?
Bobby and Brock.
Nah, I
They're gonna
think the
do
way
something
that
soon.
I think the way that diverticulitis works, I don't think.
How about Riddle and Brock in a
I don't think that they're gonna.
I think if Riddle keeps messing around the way he does, Riddle might have a meeting.
Riddle
with-
me these,
I'll
Bobby.
tell you this much: if we ever get Goldberg versus Riddle, there's a chance we get Brock versus Riddle.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's
yeah.
not gonna happen.
I think Goldberg's done though.
I think he's.
I hope Goldberg's
I-
done.
That's not
That's
what
wishful.
I
That's more wishful
heard.
thinking than anything though.
I heard that he was getting ready to do something.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Told you.
It's WrestleMania season, so yeah,
Right.
it makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But
Yo, Goldberg's last match to be against the #1 person that's always dreamed about facing Goldberg
Bruh.
in a WrestleMania.
Ronda Rousey.
It's
No,
Big E.
Big E.
It's Big E.
If we're gonna do another Goldberg
Yes.
match,
Yeah,
let it
Big
be
E's
Big
good.
E.
And
And no
him go
titles,
over.
please. No titles.
He just goes over clean.
If there's a title,
Yeah.
it's already
I
predictable.
just honestly, I can't believe I can't believe that Goldberg would go down to a bookend.
It don't have. He could be splashed.
Like
Right?
20 times.
That's the one thing that's hurting Big E
And then he
right now.
does the
His
the
finisher
roll.
is not.
I like it. It's alright.
Nah, he's
It's
right,
alright.
bro.
The one you talk about when he grabs him up here, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Weak,
Right.
weak, bro.
yeah, it's kind of bad on the table.
Yo, he should do a Dominator. Yo, I love a good Dominator.
Ooh.
I love a good.
You love a better
The way
Canadian
his neck
destroyer
works,
though.
I don't think he's gonna do any of that. I don't think he's gonna do any of that.
I mean,
So he has to come up with a new finisher.
Maybe. I don't know.
Canadian destroyers are trash.
There's an opportunity. It's an opportunity.
But,
But why not go over somebody like Kevin Owens?
Kevin Owens.
How about, you know what? If you're gonna talk about Kevin Owens, I think he is. What about Sami Zayn?
That's one of his friends.
Yo, quick thought.
You're a quick
Who?
thought.
Who?
If we put Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in a tag team together, can we call them the Wild Sam Owens?
Oh my! Oh my! Chat! Oh my! Chat! Chat ones in the chat if you agree with
There has to be
PCF.
cultural appropriation somewhere. I don't know how.
You got that, right?
Wow.
Yo,
The
just let it
wild
be,
Sam
bro. Just let it
Owens.
be.
That is terrible. That was terrible. That was just terrible. My
It's so
God.
terrible it could work.
That was. They might do it. I don't know.
It's crazy enough to work.
But Ronda Rousey is a generational talent. As much as we hate to admit it.
How much is Wyndham a generational talent?
As long as he pays his taxes.
But allegedly, that was the congratulations from Daddy.
I'll
On
tell you
Twitter
this
this
much.
week.
If you're able to come into the spotlight with a lot of pressure in the sense of being a third generation talent in wrestling, as he is, and actually be successful, You gotta be in the conversation. Because, I mean, you've done something different from 3 other generations of your family that have been in the business.
Right.
Made it work.
Right. Better
Right.
than he's way more over than all of them.
I guess in that conversation with Goldust be a generational talent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The character.
The character, right?
Yeah.
Not Dustin who
Overall.
What have
ran
you?
with that shit, bro.
What do you remember Dustin doing?
the Goldust character.
Right. But yeah, that's what we mean.
And Blue Dust.
That's what we mean.
Blue Dust and Gold. Yeah. That was awesome. Yeah,
Remember
that's
that character in
generation.
You think
WCW?
Stone Cold
Me
was
Is
neither.
Cody a
Me either.
generational talent?
Yo, did you know
Not
Stone
yet.
Cold was afraid of snakes?
Was
You
he?
know who else?
Nah,
Chief
you
the
didn't
Snake
know,
Roberts.
but that's because you didn't know. He was playing the character, bro. Like, everybody's playing character. What you talking about, man?
I thought Jake the Snake was scared.
Booker T was not from Harlem. Kane was not the
He
other
was from
biggest
Texas.
brother.
There's a
No,
few
and
Harlems.
Ucey died.
There's a
There
few
was
Harlems
no
in
heat
Houston.
in Harlem.
There's a Harlem in Houston.
What? About time.
Ucey dies, yo.
21 episodes later.
I don't know why she
Man.
died, but she
It
died.
is what it is.
What is it though, JP? If it is what it is just Bray? Is it just Wyndham?
Nah,
Or will
so-
it be more than just Wyndham?
So the Wyndham 6. I mean,
that
they got
a
a little
thing?
tease of these toys come to life.
Tease me, JP. Tease me.
And you see some people in
Oh,
these
yeah.
characters.
Wear your pants, JP.
And there's a lot of speculation out there in the Webiverse, trying to figure out who is who in the who.
Who? Woo!
I mean, you have the parrot looking one,
Mercy.
looking
the
a lot
buzzard.
like old boy from NXT.
You think each one was somebody?
Yeah.
I mean, I think so, right?
I think the rabbit was Grayson Waller.
See, I think Grayson Waller was the one with
The bird.
the bird, because he had the Hawaiian shirt on, and the gloves, and the white
Okay.
pants.
You think he's bringing NXT people?
I guess.
And Huskus is Joe Gacy.
I thought that
Does
was
Joe Gacy got a gut?
Yeah, I thought it was Joe Gacy.
The pig?
So
Yeah.
if this is indeed the case, right? Because then we're talking about Sister Abigail was Liv, right?
No, I don't think that's Liv. I think that's
That's what
somebody
they're
else.
saying. Though.
I don't think it's Liv.
Liv could be anyone she wants to be.
Who is the brave? Who is the Fiend? Because remember, the Fiend was personified in that as well.
Oh, he was, yeah.
He was. But
Bo
my thing
Dallas.
is, if it really is those people, what is that? Like Joe Gacy had a whole character in NXT. You know what I mean? Like if it's Liv Morgan, like what do we like? That's a lot. You know, we work your whole entire character to fit into as one of the pawns of the Wyndham 6.
Maybe
That's a lot.
maybe whoever's participating in this, if this is a thing, if this is a this, they're gonna go through a character change.
Yeah.
That's it. They're not coming back. So,
So you
like,
think the rabbit is Dominic Dijakovic?
I
That was
hope
impressive.
so. If,
Wait, what?
if we're right about this, I hope so.
Potentially, right?
Yeah.
There's comments like you said, Bo Dallas.
Both.
He's tired of being on the
I
farm.
believe we won't be
And he wants to
disappointed.
be closer to Liv.
Why?
He's tired of being on the farm.
Ya no soy un pobre.
No, taxi-
I would really love them to do
Enrique.
something with Sister Abigail.
Buscando
With that
fuego.
character.
There's so much potential with Sister Abigail. And by the way, since we're talking about it, shout outs to Drew McIntyre and Karrion Cross with the strap match. Yo,
The strap-on
yo,
match
I
was
don't care what you say.
crazy.
Yo, say people want to say the F word about wrestling.
Wait, what?
Say it all you want.
With the F
But those straps hitting your back, there's nothing F about that.
Oh, they learn how to fall.
You know what I'm saying? But Scarlett, bro, it's just every time I see them on screen, it just like Scarlett shines.
Yeah,
In
I
everything
agree.
she does.
I
horny.
agree.
Shines,
This guy's
man.
mad horny.
I agree.
And I'm not just saying because of her beauty.
Oh,
I just think
that's what
on
I
the
said.
screen,
You know, it's a fact that
she
guys
has
like
a
shiny
presence. You know what I'm saying? And she has an opportunity to elevate the character,
Yeah,
man.
I acknowledge her presence.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
And if you notice, if you watch very closely,
I
yo,
watch
she
always
directs Carry
very
on
closely.
everything.
Yeah,
She tells me, yo, give me a kiss right now.
right now.
Or like, yo, let's
and
get
he
out the
does
ring.
it. He has to.
You know what I'm
because
saying? Like,
it's
she
not- it's a
knows,
rap,
she
yeah.
understands the ring and the pee on the camera angles. She
Yo.
gets it.
Camera
She's a
man,
perfect valet.
she gets it.
Perfect ballet.
I ain't mad at it.
Perfect.
Do you
I'm
tip
mad
her
at
at the end?
I'm mad
Oh,
at it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yo, why you mad horny right now?
I'm not.
Ooh,
wearing
so
no Skittles.
definitely Bo Dallas.
Okay.
That's one of mine. I would like to see Braun Strowman because they'll give him something to do.
I'm not convinced the girl is Liv. but I can't. I don't know who it is.
Who would you? You sure it has to be a girl though? Like,
What if the girl's
Sister
Indian?
Abigail.
but are we sure we're getting a Sister Abigail? I don't know if we're gonna get
Yeah,
that.
I think
yeah.
that's what that is.
That's what
Yeah.
that is, bro. Like, what we talking about?
Yeah, Liv would be a great addition.
The sister. Oh, but the sister does real estate though. She's a realtor out in Florida.
Well, Daddy's a
Well,
tax man,
well,
and
you know-
Grandpa's a tax man, and he don't play that crap. So
We throwing Liv out there, but we have another chick that clearly could fall into that, and was before.
Nikita Lyons, I agree,
No,
is definitely.
no, but oh
Is she
my,
celebrating her 26th
oh
birthday?
my, I don't know.
Rhea?
Oh, wait a minute. Happy belated birthday to Gabby.
Which-
Gabby Ortiz.
Oh, it's also my sister.
Hey,
Birthday
Gabby
is
Ortiz, happy
Yeah.
birthday!
Wow.
Shout out, little girl.
Shout out.
Shout out,
31st.
shout
Is Rhea
out!
Ripley's birthday?
Hope you had a good one.
It's Rhea's 26.
26th birthday. 20
that.
Rika?
Hey,
Yo,
keep it in
Alexa
your
Bliss.
pantsuses.
Alexa Bliss ain't doing anything. She already has a relationship and history with Bray
But she
Wyatt.
did tweet back, "Hello, my friend."
Hey, that's it.
hello,
It's
old
official.
friend.
I think that would fit easier, and it's an opportunity to rework whatever that was, right? Make it work now, because eventually that's what we all thought it was gonna head to once she started working with him. We're like, that's Sister Abigail, right?
That's what I would thought immediately. But I'm, just more hopeful than anything.
I think that's what.
Or what if there's two women in the faction? Because you have the sister and you have
The doll.
the doll.
Right.
The doll got to be a girl.
You have
that's
an
a skirt.
infection.
So
could be
unless it's a
Nyla Rose.
headbanger, then
You said
all bets are off.
It could be Nyla Rose.
Hey, listen.
You put some,
Nyla Rose.
No, she stole the title. She's busy right now.
Right. She stole the title.
She might get arrested.
That's the reason.
You talk about
But I know what I know is that honestly, I think the way that they show the toys being personified into humans, right? I think is going away from it.
What's he talking?
If anything, I think it's just pointing out the mistakes. And
You think they
showing the
shouldn't do
evolution.
it?
I think maybe it was just a tease.
Oh, okay.
I think it was just like them trying to show us that we're beyond this. And Bray Wyatt's what you got now.
Yeah, I took it like that. I took
saying?
more
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Like we're done with the dolls
cobwebs
and
and all that.
yeah, we're done.
I feel that. I feel that.
now it's
I
time
think
for
he's leaving it all
Bray.
behind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's here.
Let's be honest. We've said this several times now. It was kind of hard dealing with the Fiend character and booking him because he can't lose. And every time he did lose, we were pissed. We were like, this is BS. He can't lose like this. Like, come on now.
It's true. They
Hell in a
this
Cell,
character was too.
And then as far as the Funhouse character, the best part we got was the match versus John Cena. Because that was so
Was that a match though? Like exactly. Like
It was a
That
scene,
shit was
kind of like the Undertaker
cinematography.
edge, right?
I think it's for the best that maybe we're past the Fiend, and now maybe that figure on my collector's shelf is worth triple, maybe quadruple the amount.
Potentially,
Who knows?
potentially.
Um,
All I know is I'm excited for what's to come because
For who's gonna-
there's a lot of
what?
doors possible to go through with this character.
It's a
right now.
possible.
You know what I mean?
It is a
And
possible.
the
Like
one
him?
possible I want to know is, are we going to see JoJo?
Yeah, but
That is
Because-
yeah. I love where your head's at, JP, and I
Where's
need
his
to
head,
like
yo?
listen.
You talking about JoJo and then
He
his
asks
head?
the right questions though. He's asking the right questions.
Yeah, this is.
Like
He asks us the right
the-
questions.
I put the right
JoJo's gonna be
emphasis.
at with
There's
his head.
questions. Is I know the answers.
That-
The key to lines.
That's
No.
the kind of attitude that makes me want to know his pop of the week.
Definitely one of my pops of the week is Legado de Fantasma coming out, attacking, hit
Not
row
alone. Not alone.
with
La princesa.
Selena Vega
The queen.
with the blondish hair coming back.
Oh my god.
Yo, it's almost overkill, right? Because like Legado can speak for themselves, but you
Yeah.
know what? Selena has that presence.
Just
once
that
again.
much more.
It's that much more.
Yeah.
Remember,
I liked
Roman
it.
doesn't need Paul Heyman, but Roman with Paul Heyman.
Is
Legado with Selena. Look what she did for Andrade. Andrade is getting paychecks for the rest of his life because of that work he did with her.
he though?
I mean, he's still getting paid, brother.
When he's not getting sent
booked,
home. Oh.
whether he's getting booked and hit behind backstage, that's a whole different conversation.
Sammy's a bitch.
Yo, it was nice to see them and nice to see that push. I think they do work. I'm interested to see where they go with that because they have a lot of factions to go up against. Will they ever touch the bloodline?
Who do you want to see him first? Oh, I guess obviously these guys,
Hit Row,
Imperium,
Hit Row,
right?
Let me Hit Row.
Oh, I mean, Hit
Or
Row's
Imperium.
Hit Row. I'm sorry. I thought
We
it
have
was
Imperium.
Hit Row's first because they
The
just
Brawling
assaulted.
Brothers,
They
right?
just attacked them. So
I mean, think about it. And the thing is, yo,
Brutes,
Latino
the
Heritage
Brawling
Month.
the Brutos. I mean the
La-
Brutes.
listen, Latino Heritage Month. Like maybe they get a chance. They push them. Maybe they push them.
Maybe they push back.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I'm sure, you know, you have the Mexicans, that aspect of it, the luchador, and you have these pseudo racist factions that could probably work very well with you.
Wow, pseudo racist.
Because you can tell me you can see Imperium versus Legado Fantasma,
forgot
and there's
all
no
that shit
racist
now.
energy.
Depends.
When Gunther starts slapping, chopping, talking about this is our pastor, bitch.
Wow.
I popped this week
What did you pop?
7 times.
when Brock
3 minutes.
Lesnar came out.
big
Clearly,
Weren't you there
I
live?
was there. We were there. Little Villain was there too,
You
having a great
undersold
time.
it like a motherfucker.
I did, but it was a.
Like,
I don't know. I was a little upset at
I
DX
was
for
there.
ruining the night, but yeah.
lame, yo. What a way to
What a way to end it. It was,
and that's I'm glad you brought that up because that was my chair shot
Chair
of the
shot of-
week.
okay.
Ah.
Okay.
Man, oh man, and yo, like no doubt, Shawn Michaels is absolutely right. If they're still doing this 25 years from now,
Yeah.
Put him out of our
medicine has advanced.
But the thing
dramatically.
is, they could be doing this. If you look at Ric Flair, they could be doing this 25 years from now. That's the scary part.
God,
That's
Can
the
you
scary
imagine?
part.
that's crazy.
you know what, man?
PC,
I take it
weren't you
back.
just at a Comic Con?
I was at New York Comic Con this past
Can't
Sunday.
you see DX 25 years from now at a Comic Con signing autographs?
That's scary.
Bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Breathalyzer of all ages.
But
Oh
my
my
pop
God.
of that entire segment was when the announcer, you know, Road Dogg's out here talking about being one half of the tag team champions of the world, right? Former tag team champions of the world. And he said, yeah, the other half. He's somewhere playing with office supplies. Word.
Scissor me, daddy.
Scissor me, daddy! Right.
Shout outs to Daddy Ass, Scissorins.
It's whack though. I wish he would have done something on Dynamite to commemorate the 25 years, man.
Nah,
Mr. Ass, he
It's
should have done
over.
something.
It's over.
he doesn't need to.
He
It's
should
o-
have.
It would let the segment die. How it's miserable death
They mentioned him.
because that was just a
He's
terrible way to
wrong.
end Raw.
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah, it was
came
cool.
out.
It was cool that Road Dogg put the mic to the crowd and the crowd said his name.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
They opened the space for him to be included in a way.
Right.
That was
nice.
great.
But I thought when he was taking out his briefs today, he was gonna have Mr. Ass or something or DX.
Well, he did do the taunt that like he was gonna pull down his shorts.
That's what I'm saying.
That's his close.
But he never did.
Smart booking
I mean, what, you
though,
wanna see his
putting him on the
Nobody
on
thinks he's gonna have,
Dynamite
like a
this
DX,
week.
You know, brief on or some shit. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think him being on the show is probably a response.
100%. But there could have been a better response. It's 2022. But either who,
have
congratulations.
Twitter and
25 years of being degenerates. That's a
The
great thing.
geriatric X
The geriatric X.
proudly brings to
They
you.
laughed at each other. You know what I'm saying? Yo, is it me though? And did you notice like
The smell in Brooklyn. Yes, it was amazing. It was
Yes,
amazing.
yes.
the
What did it
smell.
smell like? Aisha
Roses and other flowers.
elevate.com?
All I know is
Elevate.
I wanted to be next to my Elevate Glass Gallery products all night on Monday
Is that
night.
what they were talking about?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
You didn't know?
That's hilarious.
Absolutely. You didn't see X-Pac? X-Pac was like, whoa!
He's like, is that us or is that them? That's definitely them.
And that's when Riddle came out, bro.
Bro, I love Brooklyn.
But yo, did you notice that Triple H was pacing himself?
Was he?
Yeah, I mean the man had heart surgery.
Yeah. I did not
Like,
catch
you
it.
noticed.
I gotta
he was
rewatch
like,
it.
He even said it. He even said that. Oh, I gotta catch my
I
breath.
gotta catch
Right.
my breath.
Shit.
And now, yo, not for nothing, that's the first time I've seen Triple H have to do that. That's why it was noticeable. And I'm also like, yo, don't die.
Please don't
don't
die.
Because his
Please
eyes
don't
were
die.
wide as hell.
Because, yo,
Yeah.
he
I
knows
did
how to
see
do
that.
one, like his intensity. There's only one way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was doing it, bro. Like, it was
Yeah.
dope. Like, as whack as it could have been, I didn't expect much.
Right,
It
right,
was
right.
just dope. They were commemorating 25 years of a faction that we all love.
Right.
We all love saying suck it, giving the X to everybody. You talk about something crossing mainstream. That's it.
No,
Maybe
that's
next
part of
week.
pop culture.
Degenerational
Right, that's part
talent.
of-
Degeneration X.
Maybe next week we should talk about generational factions.
Ooh.
Right, because they definitely were considered that, and not for nothing, they were considered that during the time when NWO was considered that as well. So you got to give them props.
I give that props.
Although
I give
who-
you props, sir,
although-
because what you just said. We'll finish your first statement.
No, go ahead,
It's
go
more
ahead.
important than what I
No.
gotta say. No, definitely gotta. No.
No.
Well, what you said. Let's talk about it next week. You know why? That's such a great
Oh,
point.
because the Usos are also generational talents.
And because that's all the damn time we have for you folks this week.
Yeet.
Okay, where they got their fix from? Damn it, I know they got it from somewhere. RSS feed, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, and
Roost
Twitch,
feeds.
YouTube. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Mike the Ref, appreciate the raid for everybody coming in. And why don't y'all tell them what to do on the way out? Because ya hora.
Check us out on Twitch, YouTube, Your Mom's Underwear Drawer,
Come on,
Heels,
man.
Pops, and Chair Shots.
Nice
And don't
thing.
forget to rate and review us on the audio version of this podcast wherever you get your fix.
Do what? No.
And what's for